Hi, my name is Wilman Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed producer, singer-songwriter, Owen Smith. For more on Owen, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, take a sneak peek at the amazing talent of the one and only Owen Smith.
Hold the phone. I just heard you sing earlier, you're feeling alone. And that's perfect timing, cause I just got home. And you know I got your number in more ways than one. Cause I've always thought you were fine. Back in high school I just wanted you mine. So baby, what are we waiting for? I can hardly wait no more. Let me be the one. I can hardly wait to be by your side, your side. 'Cause that is where I just wanna reside, reside. I can hardly wait to be by your side, your side.
Well, hello, Owen. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, Mr. Owen Smith, Mr. Renaissance man, producer, singer, songwriter. I mean, you just decided to do it all, huh?
I'm trying to, yeah, trying to
Well,
make it happen.
you're trying and succeeding, my friend. I want to know, Owen, where did you grow up and when did you realize that you had not only a gift to sing, but also a gift to create?
Well, I grew up in the city, in New York City, on the Upper West Side, which is where I am now. I started singing when I was 8 in a chorus. My mom forced me to go audition for this chorus. I was absolutely, nervous, shaking. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And then I was in that same chorus for 10 years until I graduated high school. And then in high school, I started producing and making beats, just messing around, having fun. And then I started to get a lot better when I started, I would spend hours on YouTube teaching myself how to do stuff. And then I kind of, at a certain point, I bridged the gap between producing and singing. I tried to do it, but I don't think I was confident enough. And then at a certain point I was like, I'm getting older now. It's time to make something happen. So I think I kind of just forced myself to bridge that gap, and it was way more fun than I thought it would be. So I just kind of continue to do that.
Well, speaking of bridging the gap, the audience has got a little sneak peek of your original tune, Reside, that you not only obviously sang and wrote, but produced yourself. Talk to me a little bit about the impetus of that song and also the music video for it.
Sure. It's a fun story, actually. So that song I put out last summer. The guitar riff that's recurring on that song is one that I found on YouTube. I was on YouTube looking for which guitar I should buy, and I stumbled across this video of this guy comparing these two different guitars. And what he was playing was this amazing riff that I just immediately became captivated by. And I kept, it was in my head for weeks afterward, after I'd already bought this guitar. So I reached out to the guy who was playing, and I found him. I did a bunch of research on the guy. I found his email, and then I sent him an email. And I was like, listen, I love what you're doing here. I need to sample this. Please let me sample this. And he got back to me a day later and was like, I sent him my music, and I was like, I'm for real. I'm not just, some bozo. And I sent him my stuff, and he's like, I love what you're doing. You could absolutely sample this. And so I just pulled it from YouTube. I did the YouTube MP3 converter. And then I used that audio and I sampled it, made a beat out of it. And then I sang on it. And then I actually told that story in a TikTok video I made, which ended up going viral. And then overnight, the song streams went from 500 to 20,000 in 24 hours from TikTok, which is amazing. I'd never experienced anything like that. And then let's see. Oh yeah, the music video was after that had happened. I was like, all right, at this point, like we need a music video. And it was during COVID, so it was tough to kind of get. I mean, during COVID, it was in winter when things were way more out of control. And so it was a lot harder to get everyone together to kind of put something together. It was in February. And so we shot it almost not exclusively, but a large portion of it was actually in Central Park, with friends of mine that I went to high school with, and we just kind of winged it. As far as we're supposed to get permits for that kind of thing. We did not have permits. We just kind of, I don't even know if I should be saying that, but oh well.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm sure you had one, but you just forgot about it. But at the end of the day, do you know what you're doing, Owen? You're just putting joy out into the world. So God bless you. We're promoting New York City, its beautiful nature called Central Park. So you're all good, but keep going, Owen. I got you.
Yeah, okay. Appreciate that. But yeah, so we went out there, and the goal was kind of have this like euphoric landscape of like, I was able to find this field that looked like it was actually in the woods, even though it was like in the middle of New York City. And it was, it had just snowed. We were super lucky because the plan was to get it like, grass, but kind of just in the middle of nowhere vibe. And it had snowed like 2 days before, which made shooting absolutely freezing, but it looked great. So we really lucked out there. We were there for like 6 hours, and we were totally fine. And then the rest of it I shot in my apartment here, and then in my parents' apartment a couple blocks away. And yeah, it just came together really well. It was shot by my friend Claire Kleinman. She's great, and did the editing. And then it's basically me as like a high schooler, me now, and then me as like an old. I had like the old man get up. I had this Amazon wig that was like with the balding wig.
I freaking love it. Well, look, as a director, I love 3 beats, but you knew that because you are also an amazing creator yourself. I want to know though, Owen, as well. Obviously, these last 18 months have been crazy in many cases traumatic for most people in the world, but also for artists. And I'm curious to know, on an optimistic standpoint that I know that you come from, what were you able to do during this pandemic? Obviously create a lot, but also in terms of, I'm curious to know, Owen, how your why statement and why you do what you do was accentuated during these last 18 months as we look forward to hopefully a world slowly but surely opening up.
Yeah, that's a good question. And it is tough because, when you're in a scenario where like the world is kind of put on pause, I think it leads you to think about that a lot. Like, what is my purpose? I think for me, just putting something out into the world that makes other people happy, that makes other people, attached to a certain feeling. I think that like I'm gonna go deep into it, but I think like stimulating your senses can be attached to certain memories. Like I know for me sometimes like I'll drink a certain drink that will remind me of this time I spent somewhere. And I think for me also that I attach songs to that as well, like certain times in my life. You listen to songs you listen to like in high school or in middle school, and you have throwback songs, so they remind you of like
nostalgia. It's emotion. There's an attachment.
Right. So if I can bring that sense of joy to someone by the music that I make, I know for me that like I love that feeling. So if I can impart that feeling onto someone else, I think I'm doing a good thing.
I would say so. You're a great person of the planet too, Owen. I can sense that from you so much so. And I want to let our audience know for more on the incredible once-in-a-generation artist, Mr. Owen Smith. You can read more about him right below this video. Owen, I'm so grateful that we're connected now and only a few blocks away from one another. And
yeah, likewise.
I hope that we get to connect sometime soon in outside world. But in the meantime, I'm so excited that also anyone and everyone watching is now connected with you and to check you out.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Will. Appreciate it.